district meeting to order, and the time is 6 o'clock. And one of the purposes of our meeting this evening is to adopt a budget, and so we're going to proceed with our agenda and get to that. Our first item of agenda is we have 3 meetings that we need to adopt the minutes. Is there a motion to adopt the minutes?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the 3 presented, the July meetings and the August meetings, August 7th, August 1st, and July 17th meetings as written.
Okay. All right, so the motion's been made to accept the minutes. I have read them over. I will step down to make the second. I saw nothing wrong with them, so they're okay. So step backing up, I call for a motion. For a vote. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So we have 3 sets of minutes that we have approved as they were written and presented to us. Okay, the next item on our board is the state investment pool reserve account, and this is what it looks like. It's 2 colors. We have in the state pool, we have $236,535.12. In our checking account, we have $135,658.88. And both those numbers are black, which is a good thing. So pool, investment pool and checking, we have $372,194 even. Okay, do we need a motion on that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's where we are. Okay, monthly bills. We have monthly bills of $40,874.53. What is your motion?
I make a motion that we pay the monthly bills for July of $40,874.53.
Okay, I step down to second that motion. And we've signed most of those checks and looked at the stuff. So step back up. Is there any discussion?
I have none.
None. Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Okay, so we've taken care of the bills. Okay, the next item to look at here is the director's report, and it's this page right here. Have you had a chance to look at it? Abra, do you have anything you'd like to add to the director's report?
Not to add, but I just want to make sure that, especially since we're recording, that we're going to give a fantastic thank you to the Messenger Index, and our Q&A on the 7th was fantastic. So we really appreciate their help on that. Yes.
And I agree with that. It was well handled professionally, and everybody got to ask the question. Okay, do we need a motion on that, action on that? Okay. Okay, unfinished business. That's our next step, next item. And I don't think we have any unfinished business. Our pool is tabled, so that's unfinished, but it's tabled already. Okay, new business is our next item and under new business set number 5. A is the resignation of Roger Benny. Yeah, it was hard for me to accept his resignation, but we have, and so we need a motion to accept his resignation.
I make a motion that we accept the resignation of Roger Benny.
And I'll step down and I'll second it and step back up. Is there any discussion? Those in favor of accepting his resignation say aye. Aye. Okay.
don't want to accept that resignation without making sure that we do express gratitude
Yeah.
for the many years of service and all of everything he has done over the years. So.
So how many years has he got on there? I don't know, he's not-
22?
22, yeah. Okay. Okay, I'd like to officially open this part of the budget, the budget hearing, on the budget that we're going to proposed operating budget for 2019, 2020. It's been printed in the newspaper. You should have a copy of it. You should have been able to look at a copy of it. The one in the newspaper reflects a 3% increase. We have another one that we would like to look at that requires that it is a 5% increase. So is there anybody who would like to speak? Is there anybody who would like to speak to these budget proposals that we have?
It looks like on our sheet today, we have Barbara Huguenin.
Okay,
You will?
ma'am, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Barbara, will you tell us your address, please?
No. Name and address. Yeah.
Name and address, please.
Barbara Huguenin, 3875 Fuller Road, Emmett, Idaho.
Thank you.
The reason I'm here is because, as most of us know, we all show, not we all, but many of us show our opinions and frustrations, happy and sad, on things on Facebook. And I just thought it was necessary for me to show up physically here rather than just communicating on Facebook, and express my desire to urge you to consider changing the budget request from 3% increase to 5% increase, rather than just venting on Facebook of, gee, why didn't they can go to 5%? Do not correct me if I'm wrong, without any public. Obviously, public input is welcomed, but it's not like we have to go on the ballot. I don't know all the laws, but you don't need to ask for permission. It's part of the bylaws or the whatever. And I don't understand why, even though Abra corrected me, I did not know that last year it did go up 5%. I thought it was 3% forever. Well, it seems it's been 10, 12 years. It was at 3%, when the recession hit. Then it went up to 5% last year, if I'm not mistaken, because of course the poll had already closed and there was an issue and obviously we needed some more funds. Well, I was a little surprised that the request for 3% was being addressed. And so I met with Abra and crunched some numbers just so it was clear in my head. So I just wanted to state the obvious rather than just assuming, or just because it's a paper, we read things, we hear things, it kind of gets into our brain a little differently. So according to your documents here, a 3% increase would increase annually our taxes. The fee would go up 3%, which is an increase of $1.62 per front door, per building, per whatever that per is. So, and what's the 6,933? What is that? That's the number of front doors. Okay, front doors. Okay, so in my recommendation that you strongly consider increasing it to 5%, that would be $2.69 a year per front door. So if you take $2.69, excuse me for the elementary, but I just feel the need to be very specific. $2.69 minus $1.62 means that the difference between a 3% increase in fees for the rec district and a 5% increase in fees to the rec district is $1.07 a year for front door. So if you multiply the difference is $1.07 times 6,933 doors equals $7,400 a year, which seems, why bother? Well, I'll tell you why bother. Because hopefully at some point we're going to have a new facility of some size, some shape, somewhere, and a pool. And if you increase that, the number I just told you is not the whole 5%, it's the difference between 3 and the 5, right? Okay, so the difference is $7,400 a year
times 30 years is over $200,000 that you wonderful people can add to the funds of the rec district so that whoever's in these seats 30 years-ish from now would have some extra funding at their fingertips to possibly hire an independent engineer who could inspect the facility and the pools above and beyond what the state of Idaho approves. Because obviously for all these years, the state of Idaho has been approving our building and our pool, but obviously more in-depth and thorough engineering, investigation, research surveys could be done. And having that extra $200,000 that you guys may not have asked for today will give you and the director opportunities to be a little bit more, to plan ahead with a little bit more funding buffer so that we can possibly not put our community into this position in the future as we are today. Thank you so very much for your time, and please strongly consider increasing it to 5%.
Thank you, Barbara.
Are there any other speakers we have? Okay. So, I've looked at both budgets and, what? Okay, so I'm gonna close the public hearing because we have no more public input. So then I want to speak a little bit here. I think one of the things that I got picked up from our seventh meeting was being conservative and prudent with the funds that we've had. I think we've taken some steps to do that. We've opened an account to put anything that says pool related on, and I noticed in the paper that Joel raised, what was it, $7,000? What? $700, excuse me, $700 for the pool. We've opened another bank item line for that money to go into. So specifically, that money is to be spent on pool related items, whether that be engineering, whether that be architectural drawings, whether it be seeking bids, whatever it is that we need, and not cut into our regularly operating expenditures.
I do see the information we have indicates that that's not just now going forward, but that does reach back. Is that correct? Anything in the past you put into that account, is that, I want to make sure I understand that correctly.
This money that's been donated, whether calendars or whatever, that's been put into this account. The actual in the rec district budget, it's in the state pool.
Perfect, thank you.
And it's drawing some interest in there. Okay. Do you want to make a motion? Do you have any?
Well, I do, I think, if I remember correctly, part of our reasoning for going with the 3% is that we were asking for a bigger increase in the fee because of the pool. So having that tabled, I do make a motion that we go with a 5% increase to our budget, for the, is it for the year 1920? I want to make sure I do that right, for the 1920 year.
Yeah, October 1st to September 30th.
Yes.
2019 and 2020. Okay, so I'm going to step down and second that motion. I'm going to step back up and ask if there is any discussion, further discussion.
I have none.
Okay, those in favor say aye.
All right.
Stepping down to say aye. Okay, and stepping back up. Thank you. I think that's a good motion. I think it's prudent. I think it's conservative, and I think it keeps alive what it is we're trying to do. So, alrighty. So we've approved the 2019-2020 budget.
Yes.
And we've made a motion to that, so that's what we've done. Okay. Okay, do you have any items that you want to discuss?
I would just love to remind everybody that we are looking for a board member. We need we have an empty chair and we'd love to have somebody passionate about our community and who wants to help serve and make things better, come and be part of this board. So if you are interested, contact Abra and she'll let you know the zone, the area that you would need to reside in to fill this empty board position. So please and thank you.
Okay, we've looked at some names already, and some of them I thought were really pretty good, but they're like a lot of the rest of us that take a drink off a fire hose every day and don't have extra time. So we're looking for a board member, and basically it's southwest, and part of the bench. Okay, so that's where it goes. Okay, is there any other items?
I don't.
Okay, so is there any input from the public? Any additional input from the public?
And you're done.
I hear none. So can you make a motion?
I would love to make a motion that we adjourn today's board meeting.
Okay, I step down to second it, step back up to acknowledge it. And yes, I hope I'm getting Robert's rules. You're not too bad a name. Okay, so we're out of here. I thank you for your
Thank you for
petition,
coming today.
for your participation. And if you'd like to look at the 5% budget, I got a copy, extra copy right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's.
Yeah, that's why
So
we
we
just
still
put
got
the,
operational, so we're still building that.
yeah.
So I guess the flexibility if we end up going to.
We're gonna do something at some point.
Gifting or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's-
gives us-
Yeah,